Previously on Hangtime, we caught a lot of barracuda and explored the north shore of Dominican Republic with some friends. So we had to say goodbye to all our friends yesterday. Jimmy and Laura, Zach and Nick left. The Ferrars went back to Turks and Caicos, and this morning we said goodbye to Seth and Elizabeth from the sailing family. So we're on our own again here in the Dominican Republic. These poor kids are bored with us. So we're gonna go and see if we can have some fun and still be the cool parents without all the other extra fun around.
What do you think, guys? Do you think we can do it today?
Maybe. That depends on what you do. But I'd say yes.
I had to go to the US for work for a bit, so the boys got comfy at Cana Marina. They had so much to do there and took advantage of all of the amenities. I got a royal welcome when I got home, and then Brad and I enjoyed a round of golf at the beautiful Punta Espada course.
Tape part was my idea. This and this was mine. And that, Mommy, we missed you a lot. We all have been dying for you to get back. I love you. You're the best mom ever. You're the best mom. We love you, Mommy.
A great idea! Coming across the Mona Passage. We've been working our way across it all day. This is the strait between the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. The Puerto Rican Trench is the second deepest trench in the world. It cuts through the two islands and it can be 14,000 feet in places. The equatorial current comes right up through here, and it just pushes a lot of water around, and it does some really funky things. We read a lot about it. We read Descent's book about the Gentleman's Guide to learn a bit more about the best approach. We waited for a good weather day, which I think we had. So we are just beside this little island that I can't pronounce, right over here. We're about 20 miles from Puerto Rico now. I'd say we had as good a day as we could have expected or hoped for. The winds were pretty low. They were probably averaging 10 to 12 knots straight ahead of us for the most part. The sea was really unsettled the whole time, but it wasn't huge. It was definitely uncomfortable, but we all kind of were expecting that. So we just kind of powered through it to get where we needed to get. Hoping as we get a little closer to Puerto Rico here, we'll have even more of a lee from the island. And we just had the typical late afternoon squalls roll through. So we saw winds of about 25 knots, maybe for 30 minutes or so. But it didn't last for too long, and it looks like it's pretty much cleared out, and there really was no lightning, so that's good.
I threw up a bunch of times, and the last one, it was giant, and I threw up out of my mouth and my nose.
So we're going to cross around the north side of Puerto Rico. It kind of looked in the forecast like it's going to be more sheltered up there. Swell's coming from the south right now, so we're hoping we'll have calmer seas, and we're going to truck right through all the way to San Juan. So we're hoping we'll hit San Juan at first light tomorrow morning. So kind of just waiting for the winds to die down a bit more, the seas to die down, so hopefully we can have a peaceful night at sea. There have been very few boats out here. I'm not sure what it'll be like as we get closer to the island, if there'll be any local traffic. So we'll just keep a close watch for the night and hope to see San Juan in the morning.
We have a bent anchor, so the fluke itself is bent from a heavy current and wind one night in Turks and Caicos. So Mantis came to our rescue and sent us a brand new fluke through warranty, free of charge, and TZ brought it back. So time to replace it and fix this thing up.
How you making out?
Almost there. Very gooey.
So what'd you
oil
do?
on the bolts, grease, so it'll come off easier next time. But hopefully we'll never have to take it off again.
Do we want it to come off easily?
Yeah. Just in case.
If you ever need it, yes.
If you have to, but hopefully we don't. We can start sleeping again. So last night, after replacing our mantis anchor with a brand new fluke on it, had the kids come up front here, and we were going to drop the delta anchor and switch it back out with our mantis. And when we tried to lower the anchor, we just heard a clicking sound. Anyways, our anchor wouldn't go down, so it's one of these things where you're all planning to go, you get everything in position, and then something happens. So without an anchor at all, without a windlass working, or even being able to use it manually, which we're not able to do because we can't turn this thing, we are still here at port in San Juan on day 2. So right now we need to get into St. Thomas on Friday night to be able to do some document signing. So right now it's Wednesday morning. The weather looks great today and tomorrow, so hopefully we can get this thing fixed, even manually, to be able to use it, to be able to put down an anchor on our way over to St. Thomas. The current update. Right now I checked the solenoid and it just makes a clicking sound, so I checked power to the solenoid, which is right behind here. And what your solenoid does is it either helps raise it or lower it, so it's got a plus minus, and it works the engine or the motor either in forward or reverse, and that's how it goes up or down through the solenoid. So we do have power to the solenoid, just a clicking sound. So the next step is the motor, whether the motor's seized or whether there's a worm drive where there's a tooth broken off in the shaft, not allowing this windlass here, this drum, to be able to turn. So taking the motor out now, stage 2 of this whole operation this morning.
Brad is making very little progress on his own, so he's calling in some reinforcements. He's getting the experts here.
Johnny? Yeah.
Hi, Johnny.
How are you?
Good, you?
Take a look.
Oh, come on.
Like 2 locks. One to work one way, one to work the other way.
So there's like another cap that goes on this
That
thing.
goes on now.
Johnny was able to help Brad get the windlass going, and Brian helped him tie on the new anchor. As it turns out, it was some wires that came loose behind the solenoid, and just a small adjustment was all we needed. We set out from San Juan and made it to St. Thomas for our appointment. Watch next time as we explore the Virgin Islands with some friends.